How many friends have you made today? Chapter 6. Nay yes to distress. Anon feels amazing. He managed to stumble into a random bar around a rather shady part of Canterlot, but they served some decent booze at cheap prices. He'd been drowning himself in this miracle cure since he stepped foot in here, and he's never felt this good in a long time. No thoughts, no worries or ponies on the mind, just the numbness and burn in his throat.
"Hey, barkeep!"
he shouts.
"Another shot!"
I think you've had enough, the pony says.
"I'll tell you when I had enough!"
he shouts, and the entire bar goes quiet. That's when Anon suddenly bursts into laughter.
I always wanted to say that.
He slams some bits on the table.
You want the money or not?
The bartender just shakes his head and serves him another drink. Anon knocks it back in one swing and taps the glass again. Another shot is poured for him. Suddenly, a large flash goes out behind him, and he unsteadily turns around and sees just the pony that he wanted to see.
"Ah, sunbutt!"
Anon cheers. Celestia was not expecting to arrive where she stands. She looks around to the wide eyes of all the ponies in this rather rundown bar, her eyes falling on the drunken form of her best friend.
Oh, Anon.
Celestia can smell the booze on his very being. Even then, she still couldn't stop the fresh tears that fill her eyes. But Anon is too drunk to notice this at the moment. He pats a seat next to him.
"Here, let's have a drink together."
He slurs heavily.
Anon, I think we should go back to the castle.
Celestia says, trying to keep her mask firmly on, but after what Luna showed her, she won't last very long.
"Don't be a stick in the mud, Prince Hesh."
He slams a hand onto the bar.
"Barkeep, around for me and my friend."
The bartender breaks from his shock and quickly sets up another shot. Anon picks up his and gets ready to knock it back, but finds it floating away from his hand. He looks over and notices Celestia move the drinks away from him.
We are leaving, Anon. Now,
she says, sternly.
Whatever.
Anon pulls out some bits and throws them onto the bar.
"Keep the change. Looks like I'm in trouble."
Anon shakily gets out of his chair and walks over to Celestia. He stumbles a bit, but quickly holds on to her to keep himself from falling over.
Hold on tight, Anon,
she says.
"Yeah, let's just get this over with."
Celestia teleports them into Anon's room. She sets him down onto a couch as she takes a seat next to him.
I need to talk to you about something,
Celestia says.
"What is it with you ponies and talking? It doesn't matter what happens, all you want to do is talk. Talk, talk, talk."
He slumps over the couch.
"I hate talking. Why can't we just sit here?"
This is serious, Anon!
Celestia shouts. Even though Anon is hammered, he can hear the desperation in her tone.
"Come on, what's got you all in a huff, sunbutt?"
he asks.
Maybe we should talk when you're sober,
she says, slightly regretting the idea of doing this right now.
Nah, the chances are that I'm gonna have the mother of all hangovers tomorrow, and you don't want to be around for that.
Anon warns. Celestia lets out a sigh.
Anon, I worry about you.
I worry about me too,
he says with a chuckle. She ignores him.
It's just... I asked Luna to show me some of your dreams.
She looks over to Anon and notices the large scowl on his face. Gone was his good demeanor, replaced with something far more intense.
"What?"
he asks.
I worry that you're bottling up your emotions. I needed to know what happened to you.
Celestia tries to reason. His mood shifts from anger to happiness.
"You're always worrying,"
he chuckles.
"That is you, after all, Tia."
His anger quickly comes back.
"That doesn't give you the right to snoop around in my business."
Anon seems to be far more unstable when he's drunk, never showing one emotion for long.
There are a few things that I would like to know.
She presses on and he waves it off.
Probably what Luna's been wanting to know for a while now.
He chuckles.
"Whatever. So you want to know about my dreams?"
He looks over and notices Celestia nod.
"Fine, but before I tell you..."
He looks over to a dark corner.
"Get out here, Luna. You're not fooling anyone."
Celestia jumps slightly as she sees her sister enter from the shadows.
You could see us?
Luna says with surprise.
"Language, Luna,"
Anon warns.
"You smell like nightshade."
Luna couldn't help but blush. Anon could smell her. Anon scoots over towards Celestia as Luna takes a seat on the opposite side of Anon.
Alright, ladies. Time for a tale the likes that you will never forget.
His smile slowly fades.
No matter how hard you try.
He shakes his head some as he looks back to Luna.
Before I start, which dreams did you show her?
Luna looks away in shame as she thinks back to only a few minutes ago. Luna looks over and finds her sister looking around at the darkness of the room that she's in. A single light flicks on and blinds her briefly. What Celestia sees before her leaves her in a state of shock. Anon is strapped to a table, hands and feet bound tightly.
Get me out of this thing, Twilight! I didn't agree to this!
Anon shouts in panic. Celestia finds her eyes filled to the brim with tears as she watches Anon struggle against the straps. She had never seen him with such raw emotion on his face before. The look of pure terror will be forever etched into her mind.
I don't want to be here!
He screams now as he thrashes about.
By the sun.
Celestia whispers. Luna materializes next to her sister.
Calm yourself, Tio.
Celestia looks to her sister in disbelief.
We have to help him!
Luna shakes her head some.
This is just a memory, sister. This is when I first entered Anon's dreams.
Luna looks over to the left as Celestia follows her gaze. Celestia notices her sister descending from the sky with her horn lighting up brightly. She crashes onto the floor right next to Anon, and with a quick slash of her horn, his nightmare fades to nothing. The table he's strapped to fades away with everything else. He falls to the ground covered in sweat. As he regains his composure, he slowly looks up to Luna.
Wait, what are you?
His voice no longer contains the same fear Celestia heard before.
Something isn't right here.
He looks around.
Is this a dream?
I have saved you from your nightmare, creature.
Luna speaks in a gentle tone. Anon instantly locks eyes with Luna, a certain fire behind them.
Who told you to save me?
He asks, a certain bite to his words. Memory Luna didn't understand. Did this creature not appreciate that she saved him from his suffering?
This is my job.
Memory Luna looks closely to the creature.
You are the creature Twilight spoke of? Human, correct?
Get out. Anon says in a voice that is darker than the blackness of his dream.
Excuse me?
Memory Luna looks to him, unsure of what to think.
I said, get out! Get out of my head!
The entire dream collapses as Memory Luna disappears. This actually makes me wonder if any other creature was ungrateful, or maybe didn't appreciate how Luna saved them from their nightmare. There's probably a handful of them out there, wouldn't say too many, but just those select few. Anyways, let's get on to our awake or asleep donators. Top donators: TacoCat598, Peter Coulthard, J Tinman, Darkside, Ponyman, and Gauntlet. Courier Crew CI, Strix, Zar630, Narwhals, Raiden, Black Moonheart, Dospo, Delta Omega, Runescythe9852, Hunter Norman, Austin Roland, Dash of Evergreen, Rhynie Dragonwolf, Secret Moon, Tal Rasha, The Toilet Snake, Sword Brethren Mordred, Ronin Wandering, Andori63, Random Person Man Guy, Easy, Jack Cadge, Skyochia, Leslie Prickett, Jordan Peterson, Crimson Kitsune 9, Lightskin, Monster Kitty, Starlight Glimmer, Lightning Blitz, Squiddy Boy, David E. Sanchez, Soul Dragon, Gaggy, Trey, Shadow Drake, Joe Piercy, Alex F., Rainbow Dash, Teal K. Anderson, TV Killer, John Becker, Leon Reynolds, Raven Speedster, Zach Rakau, Mystery CU, Edgar Garcia, One Kingdom 1, Nissa Rusan, Vazuri, Dyslexic Character Sheets, Just a Random Boy, Hodrick Plancart, A Crazy Person, Ponyman365, Daniel Beck, and 6 of 9. Thank you all very much for watching this video, and live life to the fullest.